welcome to another episode of the Late Night Brew, where we talk the brews first and then we get around to, the business stuff later. I'm Robert Bartenica, and tonight on the show with me, once again, to continue our series, John Gallagher. Welcome back, mate.
Hey man, back on again.
Yes, brilliant. Now, you know the drill, you know the important stuff. What are you having?
Yes, tonight, Buck, I have a can of Brewdog Punk, but
Oh,
if you can probably see the little AF there, which means alcohol free. So there's been that many late night brews. It's starting to catch up on me. So I thought I would go alcohol free tonight. Pretty sad, I know, I know.
nah, any brew is good brew in my opinion. I've being the host, I've got to power through and do my natural. It's Breckenridge. It's a hazy IPA. Some good stuff. It's probably a little
Nice.
more octane than I probably should be drinking at this point. But the things we do for the show must go on.
Yeah, exactly.
So to give a quick recap, we've talked Azure Virtual Desktops. We've touched on its overview. We've dived a little bit into it, and now we're going to give some fair time to Citrix. So similar, let's dive into it. Similar process. What's the overview, elevator style pitch, fast facts about what Citrix can do?
Yeah, well, I think we have spent a lot of time in the last few sessions, around AVD and what that's all about. With Citrix, it's probably more a holistic solution. Citrix provides a digital modern workplace that allows you to deliver secure applications for both Windows and Linux. And one of the key things as well is it's also SaaS-based applications, so modern applications as well. And I have kind of mentioned, and I want to sort of call it out. I have mentioned a few times in the sort of past shows about this concept of maps, management, access, performance, and security. That really was an old Citrix sort of a tagline way back when, and I think it still does stand true today. So I think it's important to call out that Citrix is a massive portfolio of really awesome solutions, and they've been really, leading the charge in the whole EUC space for the last 30 plus years, really.
Awesome. So what's a good, big slash notable, worth calling out benefit of using or adopting Citrix?
Yeah, I think it is the actual size of the portfolio, and I think it's important to call out the fact that people hear Citrix, and if you're not that well across it, you might automatically jump to that concept of it's just virtual apps and desktops, right? But
Yeah.
because it is so huge, I mean that is their sort of flagship service, but they've got some rock solid networking options out there as well, like SD-WAN. You can take all these links that might not be that as performant, you can bundle it together, improve that throughput. You can also increase resiliency, and of course we've got the Citrix ADC, which was formerly the NetScaler. And that device is just awesome. It does secure access, it does a web app firewall, it does load balancing, SSL offloading. So you could literally spend all day talking about the power in that device. But I think as well, it's like with Citrix, and it's one of the things that's often called out. Of all the competitors out there, Citrix has got a really advanced remote protocol, HDX, high definition experience built upon the original IC protocol. So it's super light, it's super capable, and that really bolsters that experience for end users.
Awesome. I feel like you've already answered my next question of the underrated capability, or I wouldn't even say underutilized, but not talked about, and that would be like the NetScalers.
Yeah, the sort of NetScaler is awesome, but I think that I'd probably like to call out a feature that I was super excited about a while back, and it's called Micro App Service. And Micro App Service is a way, if you can think about that digital workspace like a storefront type look and feel, you
Yeah.
know, in the enterprise, there's a lot of applications out there, and it's that you might need to fiddle through and get to a certain little feature, and it's really time consuming. So with micro apps, what you can actually do is build these really, really neat little apps, widgets, or buttons that are just right there into the user feed, and clicking that button can save you so much time. And I think it's been out about 2 years now, but I think a lot of admins and users have still got to really adopt that to sort of unlock the true power. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm sure it will
Awesome.
come.
Yeah, I see that. I had no idea about that, and there you go. Underrated or not spoken about. Now we've talked AVD the last two sessions. We're brushing on Citrix. You've got a fair amount of experience across both. do you have a preferred option, or what's your take on them?
I possibly do, but I think that with my beer getting pretty low, I think it's definitely worthwhile another session, and we can do a quick comparison and work out when one solution might fit the customer's needs.
Hey, I understand and respect that, man of priorities. So with that will wrap up our time because the beer's low. What else are you gonna do? Hope everyone enjoyed this session talking about Citrix, and John joining us once again. If you have any questions or feedback, always get in touch. Until then, until next time, and with a fresh beer, have a great night. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Mark.